Now, as I mentioned a moment ago, giving public lectures against slavery can be dangerous, very dangerous. And Frederick Douglass found this out himself. When Douglass would go out on the speaking circuit, he would usually travel with somebody, you know, another abolitionist. And when he was in a small town in Indiana in 1843, Douglass was very badly injured. He was attacked by a mob of white people. This was Pendleton, Indiana, you know, a very ordinary little farming town. And he and another abolitionist were there giving a lecture, a white man named William White. He's a white man and his last name is White. Mr. White is White. So we've got a black abolitionist, Mr. Douglass, and a white abolitionist, Mr. White. And they were speaking in front of a church on top of a wooden platform. And there were people in the audience who were there to listen, but Douglass said later there were also people in the audience who looked very angry, like they were going to do something about their antagonism to the speaker. And after they started the lecture, about 30 white men rushed onto the stage, started to tear down the platform and beat up Frederick Douglass and William White. And they were both badly beaten up. One of Douglass's hands was broken. And Douglass said for years afterwards, he said that William White saved his life that day. Now, a man who had a big stick was standing over Douglass and was about to hit him over the head with it and may well have killed him, and William White stopped it from happening. And they do get away. They're not murdered that day in Pendleton, Indiana. And Douglass felt grateful to White for the rest of his life. And William White is one of those unsung heroes of the abolitionist movement. You know, there are hundreds of people that we don't know very much about who nonetheless took an active part in the movement, and White is one of them. Douglass said later, "I shall never forget that we were like two brothers. We were ready to dare to do and even die for each other." And he said that William White was a noble person. So this is, you know, high praise from one abolitionist to another. And we must remember that even though Douglass, you know, was a black man and a slave and had experienced all kinds of racial prejudice in his life, he did not hate white people. He understood that there were good-hearted, decent white people like William White.